Hey everyone, this is just a quick video on how to maintain your system at home and do it yourself for a very cheap price without having to leave the comforts of your own bathroom. So here we go. First things first, remove your piece. You can always tell when it's ready to have a cleaning of the system as the adhesive tape that you've put on around the system gets a bit tacky and you start to feel there's a little bit of shifting in place and it's not quite as secure as it normally is. For myself, I find every 7 days almost exactly is when it needs to be changed. So I usually find time on a Sunday evening or perhaps on a Saturday afternoon to quickly do that. You also can do it in the morning, there's no problem there. However, myself, I prefer to put the adhesive on, set the system, and let it sit for about 8 to 10 hours before you shower and condition, as some of those products can get in between the tape and the system. However, the stronger the adhesive, the less likely that is to take place. But on the same token, the more difficult it is to remove in the process I'm about to show you now. So here we go. First things first, we'll take the system off. You can do front to back or back to front. One thing you can also do is add a little bit of adhesive remover to help the tape come off. For myself, I just wait till it's right about time. One of the things you may notice is there's a little bit of tackiness remaining on the scalp itself, and that can quickly be removed by using some of your tape remover and then just going around the edges with the cloth, and that just loosens it up. And then by the time you come around again with the dry cloth, it's completely gone. Like so. Okay, so all the tape is removed. At this point, shower, shampoo, and any residual adhesive will be removed in that process. Okay. Also, the scalp will be clean and ready for the adhesive to stick without any issues. One other thing you can do is actually spray on a little alcohol, and that'll also help make sure there's nothing between the adhesive and the system itself for a better stick. Okay, so a few things you want to have in place is a shallow plastic dish I find works, or something of that sort. And then also you need to have your products. One of the main things is a tape remover, okay, which I have ordered and had delivered. I order it in sets of 4, it ends up costing about $20 for this industrial size tape remover. At your average hair salon, hair replacement company, they'll charge you probably, about $20 for just a small 500 milliliter bottle. So here you're getting 32 fluid ounces or 1 quart for the price of about $20. So you really can't beat that price. This is not a lifetime supply, but it will last you probably well over a year, if not a year and a half. And so all this total and delivered is about $100. So not bad at all. So you add a generous amount of the adhesive remover. Okay, what you're going to do is take your system and throw it straight in there. Okay, with the tape on, and just let it get completely soaked. Okay. Another thing I recommend, depending on the type of system that you have, is you do a little bit of a patch test with your adhesive remover in your system. In particular on the areas that may have latex around some of the edges. They have a polyurethane latex for different reasons, just to help with adhering or for maintenance. And that actually could be affected by the strength of your adhesive. If the adhesive is too strong, it could discolor or even actually remove some of that polyurethane. So you have to be careful with that. Generally, if you're ordering from a hair replacement company, you're going to have something that is likely not going to do that. Okay, so it's still soaking. I recommend that at this time perhaps you're fixing up some of the areas of your hair. Another thing that you're going to want to use is just your standard toothbrush with a hard bristle preferably. Just do some intricate cleaning and removing of some of the tape. Okay, so it's been a few minutes now. The stuff will be getting loose. And just very loosely, starting where the tape is, you can see how it just easily comes off there. Once this adhesive takes effect, this tape has no business being on the system. And that's just removed and discarded. So now the tape has been removed. You just want to go around and gently scrub right inside the creases where the tape was, and some of the outer hair that may have been in contact with some of the stickier adhesive. Okay, just lightly brushing, circular motions I find works best. And just doing this process, right, submerged in the adhesive, will remove any trace of any remaining tackiness. Now another thing you can also do is, if you hold it up, you can actually take a look and see if there's any tackiness remaining on the system as well. It looks like this is pretty well cleaned up, and that's it. So, squeeze out any remainder. I recommend using a funnel to put the adhesive back kind of immediately, because it could be a safety hazard, depending on if there's any candles in the washroom, or hopefully there's not during this process. And then what I do is take the system out and just quickly wipe that up clean. That's it. That's done. Okay. And you have your tape, and that's ready to go. And just keep it all in there like that. Okay, so just add some shampoo, some nice warm water. Okay, and really clean that up. Just be generous with it. Get it nice and like a washing machine. Okay, and then what you want to do is really rinse it out. And then what I find works best is actually submerging it in the water, and like a washing machine, very gently rinsing it around. Very, very gently. Okay, you can feel everything becoming quite clean at this point. Okay, and you're just going to rinse, 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 all gentle. Okay, that's it. Next, one of the next things you want to do is just lightly shake some of that water out very gently. No hair comes out in this process. Maybe a little bit here and there. But it just saves putting the hair dryer on it for an extended period of time, which you want to avoid as much as you can until you have something like this. Now it's ready to dry. Okay, now that you have most of the hair dried by shaking it out, you're ready to re-add the tape now. You could just let it dry naturally, or depending on how much time you have, you could go ahead and use your hair dryer. Now at this point it's a good opportunity to inspect the piece and to see if there's any hair loss.